Hear ye, gather round for another edition of Young Kings Wrestling featuring the JDF Memorial Sovereign Sound Bowl. Welcome to Deep Nuck if you Buckingham Palace. As always, I am the thespian TC Fontaine, aka TTF Baby. Please say the baby. Joined by King Reek, House of Havoc, first of his name. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
We back, man.
Yes,
Shout
sir.
out to Thanksgiving.
Amen. Always.
I
Always.
don't like how much I ate this past week. I'll go hold you.
Listen, it's a dub and an L all at the same time.
Facts.
I accept it.
Look, listen. I know what we got to do, and I'm gonna be in the gym this weekend. This week, rather. I don't know about nobody else, but I'm gonna be here. Like, I already took the accountability. I said I'm gonna cut out something this month that I like to indulge in too much of. I don't know.
I don't know. I went hours before eating. I prepped for it.
That was my problem. I was over there snacking. I was over there just like a little bit of this turkey real quick. Let me eat some of this mac and cheese right quick, see how it's tasting. And then when I got the plate, I didn't even finish my plate at first, bro. I had to go back and eat my plate like 45 minutes later.
Oh man.
Food coma took me out.
Yeah, man. I had to prep. I was like, let me get up, get my ass up, and get in the gym. You know what I'm saying? Sweat it out, burn off some shit. And I got in the crib, I had some little shrimps that I would just nibble on. So I didn't have nothing from the kitchen till it was time to go. I'm like, all right, bet. I'm going to run through this shit real quick.
Hey, Thanksgiving is the GOAT holiday. What holiday outside of Thanksgiving is it just known for eating, bro? That's what the holiday is. We just eat.
Right.
That's some American shit, bro. An American holiday to just eat.
You don't get excited for nothing else but that plate. Like, can't beat it.
But yeah, shout out to Thanksgiving. What we thankful for, man? Ooh, I'm thankful for WrestleMania being in Vegas finally. That's my main thing.
Oh man.
Hey, outside of that.
Yeah. You always gotta be thankful for fam.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Thankful for wrestling. Thankful for Young Kings Wrestling.
The show.
Yeah, man. Just, you know, people that, you know, the calf, the squad, you know what I'm saying? People close to you. Always got to be thankful for them.
I'm thankful for the wrestlers that be responding back.
Right.
I don't reach out that much. We're going to reach out this week, man. I got some people that I've been eyeing. Feel like, hey, they should be on the show. We're going to talk to them. But yeah, shout out to them. Shout out to Cyber Monday, though. That's tomorrow. You go to the Young Kings Wrestling Shop, brother. You get 20% off on Monday with the code Cyber. Make sure you use it. Make sure you listen to the show on Mondays so you know that's available. But if you happen to miss the show on Monday when this is first released, you listening to it later in the week, you like, damn, I missed that Cyber Monday sale. We got a free shipping all month with the code Palace.
Hey.
Listen, shipping on our site they be whacking, bro.
It do. It definitely do.
I don't set the price. So, I'm sorry. If it was up to me, it wouldn't be that much. But look, it's up to me now. So free shipping all month.
Right.
Palace. Make sure you're using Palace at check.
Facts.
Stop the December being here.
Big talk.
Made it through November. It's the end of the year already. Crazy.
Dog, I didn't realize it was the first until like 3:00 today.
You just look down at your phone. It said December 1st.
Yeah, no, because it's like I get up there because like I'm working Sundays. I get in there 10:00. I'm not seeing nothing but the time. I'm just going through this shit delivering, and then I was checking. I'm checking the scores and shit, and I look at this is December 1st. I'm like, oh, man, I thought we were still in November. What's going on here?
November was hella long,
Yeah, yeah.
like for no reason. But like, how we at December already? I remember February, like January 1st when The Rock came back. Like
uh,
that don't seem like it was 11 months, but it
that's what
was.
I'm saying. That's what I'm
Like
saying, bro.
The Rock and Roman Reigns for at least 4 or 5 days was the main event for WrestleMania, and that was at the end of January, beginning of February.
Yep.
It don't seem like that long ago. So shout out to Christmas season being here officially though. Like
Right.
I appreciate y'all. I didn't see no crazy Christmas stuff the last couple weeks. I appreciate it.
Yeah. See,
At least I
see,
wasn't
see.
paying attention to it.
Well, you in the spot where it's warm at. Over here, these motherfuckers act
Like,
like as soon as Halloween ends, these motherfuckers gotta break the doors open and just go wild with it. Like it's
I mean, I
ridiculous
do
out here.
see some Christmas decorations stuff, but because like, I feel like all of a sudden now that it's actually Christmas season, I don't see people as joyous about it. And it's like y'all couldn't wait, like you said, after Halloween. That's when it started, and then like that y'all cooled down a bit. Like I said, I appreciate it. But now where the joy at, man? It's Christmas season. Like
I'm
we
about to
gotta watch
say
the movie, bro.
it's nothing in the way now. Shit.
We got movies, music. I ain't heard of Mariah Carey yet.
Thank God.
Yeah, it's good. I
I ain't
heard Chris
trying
Brown
to.
like 3 times, like in the last 2 days.
Damn.
Not Donny Hathaway, Chris Brown.
That's crazy.
I like Chris Brown's version. It's just not better than Donny
I'm like, I haven't heard it since that movie came out. That's
Hathaway. Man, really? I hear that shit every
no.
year.
I just hear the original. Like I haven't heard his joint since the movie. And the movie was dope,
Yeah.
by the way. But uh nah, yeah, I ain't heard it since then.
Nah, yeah. I think we
That
talked
movie was
about this
fun.
last year. It was. What's our favorite Christmas movie? I know we had this conversation last year, but like maybe the answer changed. I don't know.
I it's still got to be Friday after next for me.
Yeah, that's mine.
I can't not.
I don't care. I don't care if people try to say it's not a Christmas movie. How is it not?
It's literally all Christmas,
The first character is Santa Claus, bro. I say that
right?
all the time. The first character you see in the movie is Santa. The movie takes place on
Literally,
Christmas Eve. The climax is a Christmas party. Like that's Christmas. Is
like
maybe not your traditional Christmas movie, but that don't mean it's
yeah.
not a Christmas movie. Die Hard is a
Look,
Christmas.
it is, but it's like
I don't
it's
care.
it's just it's just Christmas on the West Coast. That's all. Like,
Yeah, it's in L.A.
like, oh man, y'all
Like
killing me.
here's my criteria of what makes a Christmas movie a Christmas. If the setting is Christmas, obviously it's a Christmas. But
Okay,
like in the as far as like Die Hard and Friday After Next go, like those are have Christmas parties as like the central plot.
right,
Like Die Hard wouldn't be Die Hard if it wasn't a Christmas party.
right.
So what other party would those terrorists have crashed if it wasn't Christmas?
I'm
Christmas
saying,
movie.
man.
Sorry if it's offense. I'm not sorry, but we need a wrestling Christmas movie.
For real though,
I don't know how they would do it, but they should have like do a Scooby Doo wrestling Christmas or something.
right.
All them Scooby Doo wrestling. You ever watch the Scooby Doo wrestling movie? It's
I
like three of
didn't.
them. I've never seen
It's.
any.
I'm like, yeah, the kids can enjoy that shit. I think I'm good.
Shout out to them. If y'all
I
need
want to
somebody to
see,
write the script for a Christmas wrestling movie, I got you.
and it's not going to involve Medea.
How do you know I was about to bring Medea?
I'm just look. I'm just being proactive because I know it'll be coming some point. We not doing no Christmas wrestling movie with Medea.
No, we don't got to do a Christmas wrestling movie with Medea. But you see Medea at the Falcons game?
What?
Not Tyler Perry. It was Medea.
Oh shit! Nah, I ain't peeped that.
Titties bouncing and everything, bro.
Oh no.
Let me find out Tyler kept the titties on the whole game. That's why Kirk Cousins threw 4 picks because he saw Medea on the sideline.
Probably.
Kirk was wild.
Ooh, that boy was having a day, a real bad
Hey,
day.
eventually WWE gonna go back to Atlanta for WrestleMania.
Yep.
That's when they do it. Medea goes to WrestleMania. That is when they do it.
Oh man,
You don't
I'm
got to
here
do it
for it.
just yet. It's just when y'all go back to what's the arena called now? Mercedes
Um,
Benz.
Mercedes, but yeah, I should
Okay,
know that. I was just there.
yeah. I get confused. I remember like in New Orleans, they shit used to call Mercedes Benz.
Yeah, yeah.
Over
They,
here,
they switched that up too.
it's like Caesars now.
I think
I was
so.
thinking something different now. Shit, they changed these arenas and stadiums names so many times, bro.
Ridiculous.
It's still Staples Center over here.
Yeah, I don't. I'm not with that crypto.com arena. Like, no,
I still call it Staples, and I don't care what other arenas there are. Still the best arena in LA.
that's like,
I'm biased.
this is like, is his mama name him that? That's what I'm gonna call
Fact. My last shout out to Rivalry Week. Y'all was going crazy.
him.
It was like 8 fights. We don't got to talk about our teams in the Big Ten. I do want to talk about UNLV though. Shout out to
Yep, I peeped that.
beat our
They in
rival.
the top. They in the
We in
top
the top
25.
20 now.
Oh, okay,
Yeah, we
okay.
top 20 now. We've been top 25 last couple weeks. We number 19, highest ranking ever. That's sad.
That's good.
You know the first
Hey,
UNLV game that ever happened when I was a student, bro. These niggas
what?
lost to Howard at home, bro.
Oh no.
Yeah. Listen, I didn't have the time because like Nebraska was trash. Like, I had to pick a struggle. I'll stick with the team I know. Like nothing worth being disappointed by a team you just became a fan of
Right.
because you just don't feel the point. Like I didn't feel the point in just like watching or rooting for UNLV for like 3-4 years after they lost to Howard.
Right.
I deal with Nebraska being trash. I don't got the time for it too. But now the UNLV is good, so like yeah, front runner over here.
Yes, sir.
We can talk about football later.
We don't have to.
All right, we won't. We'll talk about some wrestling, man. Let's talk about this week in wrestling history. 1979, Antonio Inoki defeated Bob Backlund to win the WWE Championship. The reign was never officially recognized, and Bob Backlund had a continuous reign. I was uninterrupted. They don't recognize that Antonio Inoki won the belt in Japan. It was really just to pop the crowd. Because if I was in Japan and Antonio Inoki lost to Bob Backlund, I'm rioting.
Oh yeah. Ain't no question.
So like that's how they had to do shit back in the day. Like so, you got a lot of unofficial title changes because
Mm-hmm.
niggas need to make sure they wrestle safe. Pretty much, that's all it is. 1998, the Undertaker crucifies Stone Cold Steve Austin on Raw.
Oh.
I was tripping. Y'all was tripping with Undertaker that whole year.
Nah, they really was.
1998, y'all was wilding. I was scared. I always talk about how I was scared of the Undertaker in 1990.
Bro,
Scared the
like
shit out of me.
I could not when he came on the screen, I had to leave. Like
But in '99 too, like '99 more than
that whole Ministry of Darkness era, I was just like, nah. I will watch anything else in wrestling. Second I hear that gong, I gotta leave the room.
'90. Oh yeah, I think that's when he started like rolling his eyes in the back of his head. Well, he was doing that for
Yeah.
years before
Well,
that,
nah, he's
but
yeah.
like it looked worse. Like before, it didn't really scare me that much. I thought it was kind of cool. I used to try to do it, but
Right.
like Lord of Darkness, Undertaker,
Forget that. Nah, like I'm good.
1999, Triple H secretly marries Stephanie McMahon in Las Vegas, the home of WrestleMania 41. I wonder, I wonder if they ever go back to where it all began, whenever they in Vegas. Hey Stephanie, remember We got married here. I guess you don't remember. 2001, the Undertaker forces Jim Ross to join the Vince McMahon Kiss My Ass Club. I remember this one like yesterday. I felt sorry for Jim Ross. And I thought Undertaker was that dude, like American Badass. He was cool, bro.
Right.
He had an aura too. And he did this to JR, and I was like, yo, he kind of bogus.
Yeah, that's
That's kind of
some
fucked
nasty
up
work.
in front of JR's family. Mind you, this is the second time in 2001 that JR got his ass beat in his city, in his hometown. Happened like 6 months prior, thing. Poor Jim Ross.
It's crazy.
Always getting his ass beat in Oklahoma City. JR see OKC on the schedule and be like, oh, I go.
Hey, I don't want no parts of this. I'm good.
Everybody, JR probably used to be hiding from Vince the whole day.
Oh, hell
Hey,
yeah. Like,
nigga, my parents is
like with the way Vince, historically was a prankster. Oh yeah, you don't want to be around.
2005, we had Survivor Series, the first ever SmackDown versus Raw 5-on-5 Survivor Series matchup. SmackDown defeats Monday Night Raw. Randy Orton pins Shawn Michaels. They were the only two guys left remaining. Randy Orton, as the sole survivor, is in the ring, being hoisted up by a bunch of lower card talent. Funaki was there, Simon Dean, the Gemini. You remember them?
Yeah. Oh man.
You remember the Dicks?
Gemini, bro. Yeah.
There was a
It
male
was
stripper tag team called the Dicks
there
in
was.
2005. Yeah.
And then
William Regal was in
had
the
a
ring.
whole stripper that was named Big Dick
Big
Johnson.
Dick
This
Johnson.
big this this fat dude who had some baby
Greasy.
oil on him all the time.
Like them niggas was crazy. William Regal was in the ring too. So him and Dave Taylor. So
Yeah.
those two guys, William Regal wasn't that high on the card at one point. Because he
Him
was
and
out
Dave
there to
Taylor
be
used to be cold.
especially in WCW.
Nice.
But they were all there because the Undertaker made his return after like a month and some change. Got set on fire at No Mercy by Randy Orton. And then a burning casket comes out there, and Randy Orton is scared shitless. And then all the jobbers is celebrating because we don't really get to be in a ring during the main event any other time. So I don't even care that I hear the Undertaker music. I'm in here relishing this moment right now. They got
he heard it one time and was panicking like, yo, give me now. They're like, nah, stay
everybody else
cool.
fucking high-fiving and shit. Where y'all sense of discernment at? Y'all hear this shit. You think the lights just went out for fun, nigga? No.
That's a warning shot. Like y'all are not getting it.
I would have got the fuck on, bro. Like I said, though, they don't get to be in the ring during the main event of a pay-per-view that often, if ever.
Right.
So I get it. 2010, Sheamus defeats John Morrison to become King of the Ring. And also this week in 2010, Caitlyn won season 3 of NXT. Shout out to Caitlyn. I've been wanting Caitlyn to come back in the Rumble since the Rumble started.
Nice.
She ain't been back yet. Y'all have 2 months to change that.
We gonna get AJ back before we get Caitlyn.
Probably. We can get both of them back, honestly, in the same match.
Hey, that would be fire too.
Bring back all the 2010 era divas / women who haven't been in a Rumble match. So there's Caitlyn, there's AJ, Layla. Y'all can bring Layla back.
Hey, Layla was nice with it.
Layla was cold.
Facts.
Oh shit, she might not have been cold like at first, But when
Right.
her and Michelle got together, bro, come on,
Yeah.
it
Yeah,
was
she
nice.
got there.
That's why I like the Iconics so much because they reminded me of Lake Food.
Mm,
I fuck with the
that's
Iconics.
true. That's true.
Happy birthday this past week to Hall of Famer Ivory. Connor the Crusher Mahalik would have turned 19. Ernie Big Cat Ladd would have turned 86. And Davy Boy Smith would have turned 62. Happy birthday to them. Happy birthday as well to Cruz Del Toro, Josh Matthews, YouTube sensation Maven. Shout out to Maven. Happy birthday to him.
Yes, sir.
Chains, aka Fake Undertaker. Happy birthday to him. Eric Rowan, Summer Rae, Dutch Mantell, the wrestling god, John Bradshaw Layfield. Shout out to JB. Shout out to Rob Conway, Rosemary, Ash by Elegance, formerly known as Dana Brooke, Christian Cage, Naomi. Uh, you remember there was another Trinity in TNA, the OG Trinity in TNA. She used to be with who she used to be with? I think like Michael Shane and them, the Naturals. I think she was with them, and then she got signed
Oh my
to
God.
the new ECW. She was in the FBI.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that name sounds familiar. It's like I know I've probably seen before.
But yeah, it was her
Hmm.
birthday. Like so,
Okay.
she the OG Trinity. Her birthday is the day after the Trinity we all know. So like that confused me when I saw that they both had birthdays like right there. So I was just like, yo, it's the wrong Trinity. But no,
Thanks.
and then happy belated birthday. I forgot this one a few weeks ago. Jushin Thunder Life,
Mm.
another legend.
What's that? Yeah. Legendary.
Where we at on the Royal Address?
All right. So pull this up right quick. So I said this before we went on. We're gonna have to stop letting all these Samoans in the same cages together because we racked up about 3 injuries in one match last night. Uh, we'll talk about the match itself, but supposedly Jimmy Uso came away with a broken toe. Uh, Triple H mentioned in the post show presser that Bronson getting looked at by the docs for an ankle injury. Looked like it might be broken. I watched the clip back and that splash off the top of the cage was nasty.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And there was a spot with Jacob Fatu, but that he was not selling. Like he was hobbling, but he said to be all right. But yeah, y'all we gonna have a Samoan quota, not quota. What's that? What's the option?
Limit.
Limit. There we go. Cause yeah, Samoan limit. Cause y'all don't know how to act when you're getting these cages. But prayers up to everybody. We don't want no bad injuries.
Hey, no, Samoans historically have been wilding in cage matches because I've seen Jacob Potts' uncle about 20, 25 years ago do a couple things off of the cage, and that nigga 300 and something pounds. So
Yeah. We was really tripping. Speaking of injuries, the week started with some cap from who else? Saying that the spot with Jay going off into the windshield of that car was to cover up a real injury. She's really hurt and she's going to be out. And then
that's cap. Totally cap. That means lie.
Yeah, that part. Then we had PWI saying that she's not injured. She's it's just an angle. It's just a storyline. She's totally fine. Then we had retort from the Caps. And this time it was Brian Alvarez saying, I know what they're saying. They're talking about, that it's just the work. I'm telling you, she's hurt. But then there was another story after that nobody knows what's going on. Listen, how many times can we say just let shit play out? Like, my thing is, if she was legitimately hurt, I think we would have heard it from a reputable source by now. by now. It's been over a week, I would think. Like, somebody would have been like, okay, she's going to need to take some time. Now, we still got a couple days, Survivor Series just passed and whatnot, and we got the week coming up. And they're the women's tag team champions. So if anything is legit, then they're going to have to do something with those titles. But in the meantime, we'll just let shit play out. Y'all got to relax sometimes. And related note, tomorrow is the 10-year celebration of the New Day. And rightfully so. What's up?
I'm going to probably have to play this next week, but I'm going to get it out the way right now.
Bum, 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 bum.
Yeah. The hours are scary. The hours are very scary right now. I never wanted to see this, but it seems that somebody is dead set on making it happen. Because we took some shots below the belt last Monday.
Listen,
I mean, these niggas got out there and did some wild west quick draw, shoot them up, all of that backstage,
and nobody was lying.
No, they weren't. That's the crazy shit. Anywho, as we know, the New Day is not a tag team; they're a trio. And a piece of that has been missing. So we will see for sure tomorrow night, but it's expected that Big E will be in attendance for the 10-year anniversary. Hopefully my dog can talk some sense into these young men and, get the love back in there. You know what I'm saying? They've been missing some joy and energy from Big E. That's what it is. He ain't had his big brolic ass just, swiveling and gyrating and shit. Like they haven't had energy. That's what the problem is. So I think Big E will save the New Day. That's what I'm hoping.
I like how you call them young men, but Kofi older than both of them, and then Wood's only 5-6 months younger than E.
Good Lord.
Now we know what's gonna happen though. This how it's gonna play out. They're gonna have a couple segments with them, showing them together. At some point in the show, Big E gonna be found laid out, and they're gonna be like, "Oh, who did it?" And we gonna find out who did it.
Oh no!
You can't take no bumps on screen, but listen, you can take a bump off screen.
I'm about to say, you just do what you did with Rick.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. That camera work is on point. Back. Oh man. Hey, Batista can't do it now. He done got too damn skinny.
Hey, Batista's skinny as shit, boy.
Yo.
Batista look like Brandon Ingram now.
Oh.
It's crazy.
I started to say that Ozempic kicking his ass.
Everybody on the Oz.
Telling you. Hey, so Raquel Rodriguez did an interview with SI and talked about the skin condition that she had that she was off TV with for a while. And she basically kind of mentioned how, it had the potential to end her career. So, it was that bad. If you've seen her on Instagram, seen the pictures, it's affected her, her face and things like that. And a lot of it was just trying to, keep it contained and everything like that and keep it down. And, she was seeing doctors and things like that and just kind of going through it for a while and having to regulate stress and all of that. But, yeah, she had that feel in the back of her mind that it might be over for her. But, obviously she's came through it. She's been back on TV with Liv Morgan, competed last night. So hopefully we smooth sailing from this point forward. But yeah, that's pretty wild. Yeah. JBL. Good old JBL.
Wrestling god.
Yeah, so he chatted with Conrad on the Something to Wrestle podcast and little
He replacing
conversations in
Brute.
particular. Yeah.
Like he
I don't know
Bruce's
what's going.
stand-in right now.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with Bruce lately. He ain't expected to be around for a little bit. So I don't know if that's personal or something else going on there, but he's been out the picture for a while. But JBL mentioned two different occasions in which he spoke to Vince McMahon or when he was around Vince. The first was at we all know this date, Over the Edge, 1999. And what happened on that evening, and basically he just kind of gave his thoughts because people creating this narrative that Vince was just so cold hearted about it and everything like that. And he says, listen, I was standing right over there next to Vince when it happened, and he was there and he was broke up about it. He had tears in his eyes, and he just felt like, what, we can't just end the show like this. Like, we got to keep going. And, it was just one of those situations, but it's like, he felt it the same way, everyone else was. He was emotional like everybody else was. But he just felt like, the best thing to do in that moment was to churn forward. Now, the second such occasion in which he talked to Vince was just hours after finding out about the redacted situation. And it's the Monday after, and they're doing the tribute show with no fans in attendance. And so JBL's recalling that day, and he said he went to Undertaker, and he said he just started thinking out loud, saying, well, what if Chris did it? Like, he's having that convo with him, and he's thinking about it, and he says, listen, we need to talk to Vince. So him and Taker went to Vince's office, and he's like,
they grabbed Stone Cold too.
And they got Stone Cold and Taker, and they all went in there, and he says, well, what if Chris did it? What if we find out? Because the tribute show's airing, and he's like, what if we find out that Chris did this shit? And once again, Vince was kind of just stumped. He's like, well, what do you want me to do? Like, and understandably, nobody has all the facts. So it's like, how do we got to run TV, twice a week. I'm saying something's got to air on here. So it's like, okay, what do you want me to do?
He genuinely did not know what to do.
Like he was stuck. He was like, John, I don't know what to do. Like, that's kind of the risk that they go with. And, we got to go with the information that we have now. And if it changes, then we change. And that's what they did.
He had 3 hours of TV to fill that night.
Yeah, it's like, ain't a whole lot you could do when you don't have the fact. And everyone has said that, from JR all the way on to, everyone who was involved. It's like, listen, we didn't have the whole story. We were on a schedule. It's Monday night. We film TV. That's what we do. So we got to go with what we know at the time, and that's what they did.
It's not up to them to cancel the show. Like,
right.
A whole network that's expecting something to be on TV.
Exactly.
So like if it was just up to them, like if it was a WWE network event and that shit happened, he might have canceled it if it was early enough in the day. And then they found out that shit, we would have probably canceled that event. It's like, refunds, like, will come back to the city, whatever. This is a whole different situation. Like, they had stories and stuff that, like, we're supposed to have a funeral for Vince on this episode.
Right.
It was a 3-hour, like, pre-planned 3 hours. This is back when they did 2-hour shows. Like, they did 3 hours every now and again. Like, the network is expecting 3 hours of commercial to be shown. So, yeah, it's tough. It's a tough situation. We can't just be like, oh, they should have canceled it. They did cancel, technically. Like, nobody was there. Like, imagine if people was there and then the news came out about what happened.
Bruh.
Like, and this is like social media and smartphones very, very, very infinite. Like at this point,
Mm-hmm.
iPhone had just came out a couple months before. Like
Yep.
Twitter had just came out a couple months before, so it wasn't like a thing that people were really a part of like that. But like you can get people talking, and like you might end up getting a crowd to just start shitting on what's going on. It's a whole different thing. So like the fact
It,
that there was no crowd there was actually like a blessing in disguise.
yeah. It would have been worse than Over the Edge.
Yeah,
Because at least then you didn't have all the technology. You couldn't like respond to it in real time.
yeah.
This would have been
Nobody was
bad
getting
with people.
updates on what happened then. Like people had regular cell phones with text messages. Like there were internet browsers on phones back then, so like people could have found all this stuff out during the show. It just
Mm-hmm.
wasn't like I can't even imagine like shit happening now where we got social media. We find out updates like that. So like
Right.
yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, man. Uh, can I give a present real quick?
Who you giving
I,
pets?
I'm a I'm a I'm gonna do it after this next one, but
Okay,
just load that up. I'm gonna get to
got you.
it. So this has been talked about a bunch, but it's official now that Pentagon is a free agent. He is free and clear to
Hey,
sign. Free and clear to sign with any company he chooses to. Um, Obviously Ray Phoenix is still locked up on under his AEW contract because an injury time got added on to there. But yeah, Penta can pop up wherever, whenever. We're in December. January is right around the corner. That's all I'm saying.
yeah, shit. Deadline next week.
Oh, that's a fact. Yeah. Yeah.
I got cut off by a nigga yesterday. He had a Zero Miedo decal on his truck. I was like, yeah, lucky you arrested me. About to be GTA out here.
Oh man. All right. So my last thing, and this is why I have to throw a peasant in here. So we all spent time in the airport before. We all know what that experience is like. You go through security and whatnot and everything. I don't know how many of them folks watch wrestling or are fans, but yeah, we gotta have a chat. We gotta have a chat.
I'm packing the air, this gas what?
These peasants, you peasants.
So, WWE Women's Champion Nia Jax happened to be going through TSA. And I don't know if this was going to last night's show or what it was, but she went through TSA, and guy that happened to stop her and needed to do a little searching, he was not very professional. So I don't have a name, but the unnamed TSA agent, I need you to bring that ass here.
Bring that ass here, boy.
Because he got a little too handsy, according to what she said on X.
On where?
I'm just going. Well, Twitter. Yeah, they done got me. They done got me, bro.
We don't say the slave name around here.
They done got me. But yeah, she posted on Twitter. I'm just read this. So they teach you as a kid not to let strangers touch, especially in your private parts. Yet I have to stand there in front of everyone, just let a random TSA agent rub mine. Gross. Yeah. That sets itself.
Freaky ass niggas need to stay their ass inside.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna say this. We do not condone behavior like that around here.
Nah.
Whatsoever. You at work, number one. Number two, you just keep your hands to yourself. You don't be freaky, whatnot. Damn it. Keep it to yourself. With that said, I need to ask this question that we all are gonna have up here, but not a lot of people are gonna say out loud. But that's what I will. Can you blame him? I mean, not for physically doing it, but it's like you see Nia Jax coming through, and the thought is gonna go in your head. Oh, I gotta stop her real quick.
It feels so good.
You know what I'm saying? And you find out you actually gotta like do a search, and you gotta place it. Like, listen, in your head is one thing. There ain't nothing wrong with thinking shit, but don't get an R. Kelly and start letting hands move and shit like that. You gotta tighten up, bro. You gotta tighten
Nigga thought he was Plies.
up. Yeah, bro. We
I
can't
feel
be
you
doing
though,
that.
TSA agent, but listen, you got a job to do. You can't just be like, oh look, she thick. I'm gonna pull her to the side for an extra search.
Yeah.
No, nigga,
Like this
probably
ain't
need to
soul
be
playing.
searched extra. Like,
This ain't soul playing. Fuck is wrong with you?
yeah, I be feeling violated when they do that shit, bro.
Yeah.
I'll be so happy when they stop and walk through. Like, that's why I hate flying out of Vegas, because they obviously, it's Vegas, gotta have extra security. Listen, I'll fly out of home, bro. They be like, hey, just go through, bro. Like, you good. Small ass airport. I love it. Can't stand the TSA here, bro.
That's the way to be, man.
They pull me to the
Nah,
side every single time, dude. I know
crazy.
I got all this junk in the trunk now. Come on. Come on.
Man. That's what I said. Like he had to be a fan. He had to know who she was, but that's some nasty shit. Like don't do that.
Hey, hold on. Where's that? There you go.
This is a sick Negro.
Sure.
If I find out it was a black dude, I'm gonna really have an attitude too. Like,
Because you know, like, what type of black dude he looked like, too. Like, he definitely looked like Lorel and Get Out.
Oh,
I know
man.
it was a black dude with a beard, a neck beard, fat, glasses,
Right.
short. I know it was a nigga that was like 5'7".
That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm gonna be real pissed off now. Like, you don't want to be known as that nigga that was too handsy with somebody come through. Like, ooh.
It was so funny. It's always like Kevin Hart sized niggas that's working security.
Yep.
That should be so funny. Like, I did I'm not gonna say what it is because I think I signed an NDA, but I'm not sure. It's a movie that's coming out next year. I ain't even gonna say who's in it, but they were filming out here a couple weeks ago. So I was on set, and it took place at a nightclub. Like, so we was actually at the club on the strip. Like, we had to go through security and shit and everything. Like, we was really going to the club. So like, they took that shit serious. But so we in the club, and I lost my train of thought at this point. But I just know we was in the club. Oh, I got it back. We was in the club, and I seen one of the security, and this dude literally like 5'3". Like, who you guard? Dude was like 5'3". This nigga was built like Marco Stunt, bro. Like, who you guarding?
Oh no. That's not okay.
I was like, there's always that one, like, bite-sized security guard everywhere. Whether they at the club, TSA, Walmart, like, who y'all guard? Anyway,
That's funny. That's funny as shit.
let's talk about what we watched this past week, man. What you get into this past?
Well, a little bit of wrestling I got to in my 05. Obviously John Cena getting drafted to Raw.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The show that the promo battle with Christian and everything like that.
Oh, that was fun. On the highlight reel?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was some must see TV right there.
That means they need a championship over on SmackDown, right?
Yeah. This
Wonder what that belt gonna look like.
the SmackDown title. Like, I want to know what that shit looked like. I want to know what Teddy had
Bro,
in
I'm
that.
still hot to this day.
I want to know because he came out there with the shit on him. I'm like, what you got in there, bro? You already made a call that
this nigga had a folded up Little Caesar box in that bag, bro. What shit in there?
Oh man. But more than that, I went to go see Gladiator 2, and shout out to the
GOAT,
the unequivocal GOAT of this acting shit, bruh. It's a masterclass right there. If y'all ever want to know what real fucking acting look like, you got to watch your boy. I mean,
niggas forget
legendary.
That ain't like Pedro Pascal in here.
Yeah.
See, I forgot he was in that shit because I knew Denzel was in it, and Denzel getting all the like critics talking about him and everything. Like,
oh, of course,
I don't hear nothing about what Pedro Pascal did in the movie. I think he the top billed actor too. Like, I think he the star.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, he was good in the movie too, but it's like I wasn't there for that. Like, you know why I'm here. Like, I didn't care nothing about seeing the Gladiator sequel, and I love the first Gladiator. I didn't care nothing about seeing the sequel till I heard Denzel. Yeah, like if you hadn't put Denzel in this, you couldn't get me to sat through this shit. But yeah, no, it was killing shit.
I heard they was trying to have Denzel on as Billy and Chuck.
Yeah, he said that. Hey, listen, that dude is committed to the craft because he was just talking about it like, hey, listen, it was what it was, and they cut it from the finished product. Oh well.
Hey, I've been there before, bro. I didn't make it that far, but I did audition. Was it like my junior year? And I didn't get the role, but if I got the role, I would have had been on that type of time.
Oh man. Oh, okay. All right. Hey, listen.
That wasn't the role I auditioned for. I just did a whole audition, and they was gonna put me wherever they thought I was best to be at, and that just happened to be that role.
Huh? I think
that's what you gotta do.
You get your foot in the door. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I feel you.
Was I comfortable? Not really, but shit, nigga, if the role called for it, we was gonna have to. I told the director I would have been comfortable. I wasn't at the time, but he could have proved. He probably knew I was capping. That's why I didn't get it.
I'm about to say it's like you got to say that because it's like, like I'm trying to do what I got to do.
The director, it was funny because he was like, "You read the script, didn't you?" It was so this play. It was Moonlight, right?
Yeah.
The dude that wrote Moonlight was a play before it was a movie. The dude that wrote Moonlight wrote this play, so like it's kind of in the same vein, coming of age, like LGBT type stuff.
Yeah.
So like that's what this play was about. I wasn't like going for the main character or anything, but it was just that character had a like scene where they kissed the main character. The one I was supposed to be. That was some years back.
Okay.
I can't say I would have auditioned for it now. Only reason I auditioned for it because it was an all black play and I was kind of expected to audition for it. I have a whole nother story that would be like an extra like 15 minutes on this show, so I'm not going to get into much details. I'm gonna talk about what I watched this past week. I'm over here just rambling about an audition I did fucking 5 years ago. Anyway, WWECW back in 2006, they relaunched the ECW brand, and they did a special right before One Night Stand, head-to-head special. And Rey Mysterio versus RVD was on there. John Cena versus Sabu was on there. There was a Mick Foley promo because Tommy Dreamer faced Edge, You remember Tommy Dreamer, Terry Funk took on Edge and Mick Foley,
Right.
which I'm gonna talk about that in a second. But Mick Foley cut this promo because like the crowd full of like people that was there for ECW, they was talking about how Mick Foley sold out because he wasn't on that extreme stuff, and they even referenced like the Kane Dewey promo. But Mick was like, I ain't never really fuck with y'all for real. I don't know what y'all mad for. Talking about I sold it. Like they put like Mick Foley. If you ain't seen that promo in a minute, go watch Mick Foley's promo on the ECW special. That nigga like a fish, bro. He had me reeled in. I wasn't paying attention at first. I stopped everything. I was like, hold on, he in his bag.
Got me.
Shout out to Mick. I forgot Jazz was supposed to be in ECW.
Yeah. I think you seen her once, and then that was it.
She had one match versus Mickie James on this special, and then she never was on TV that I can remember. Maybe like in the background in the locker room, but like she wasn't prominent on TV for whatever reason. There was a promo between Randy Orton and Kurt Angle. This is when Kurt first joined ECW. They went crazy. They had a match at one night. Big Show joins ECW officially on this show too. During a battle royal.
You remember that little like mini SWAT team that him and Paul had with them all the time?
Yeah, man. Them niggas, I think they said they were the Basham brothers back then.
What?
Yeah. Well, we never seen them, but
yeah.
I'm gonna get to that like very, very shortly, obviously, because that became a thing after like 3-4 weeks because RVD was fucking up. But I'm on my rewatch. I'm just finishing up One Night Stand in 2006. Terry Funk and Tommy Dreamer versus Edge and Mick Foley. That could have been the last hardcore match ever, and I would not have been mad at it because that was great. That was some good shit.
Hell yeah!
Like even like you had barbed wire, you had the craziest shit. All that shit like mattered. They had a barbed wire like board, and like Mick Foley, I think gets speared by Terry Funk through that shit. And so like Terry Funk is like legit stuck in the barbed wire.
Yeah.
And he's just like screaming. Like he had something happen, his eye got cut by the barbed wire, so he's like bleeding.
Oh, that spot.
He's just like selling it like death. And I don't know if he really selling it or if he just like if he really hurt or if he just like is that good at selling. And that's how great wrestling used to be, where you didn't know if a nigga was selling or not. That's how it should be.
To this day, I can't figure out because it's so close there, and he's bleeding so much that it's like, you really cut your eye up like that?
Like he really screaming. And then when they was like he was stuck in the barbed wire, he's just like, it is the worst thing ever. And I don't know if it was really hurting him or not, or if he was just putting 20 on 10. I don't know. Like Terry Funk is a goat.
Hey, 06 was the last year that we really ate for hardcore matches in general. Because, like, Edge and Mick at Mania, this match, RVD and Cena, that I Quit match between Mick and Rick at SummerSlam.
Yeah.
Oh, I wasn't even expecting that to go as crazy as it did.
I watched that a few months ago too. I was like, y'all forgot all about this. But no, I'm gonna check out the first episode, and thankfully these episodes are an hour long, so it shouldn't take me as long to get through them. But yeah, we just go into December, so I might not get it in time for the December to Dismember anniversary next week. But I should be done by the end of the month if I dedicate my time to it.
Woo.
I also was watching my podcast last week. I watched the 6 Feet Under with Mark Calaway. I still watch it. Even though I gave him Peasant of the Month, I still watch it. Yeah, Hornswoggle. And Hornswoggle talked about how he had to have midget surgery when he was a kid. His words, not mine. So don't get offended. He had like surgery on like his like legs or whatever. I don't know exactly what surgery it was. But he said the doctor told him that he wouldn't be able to perform in contact sports. He was been wrestling 20 years.
I'm just stuck. Like he had surgery to stay a midget, or
Uh, I don't know exactly. Like I said, I don't remember exactly what type of surgery it was, but he did say it was when he was a kid. I think it was something that had to do with like I don't know. I'm a normal sized human being. I would.
because I ain't never heard of shit like that. That's kind of crazy.
Yeah. He called himself a midget a lot. So
Hey, if you embrace it,
yeah,
I don't gotta
you wasn't
tiptoe.
tripping. You wasn't tripping. He told this story on interviews before, but he talked about he was hungover from drinking the night before on an international tour. He was drinking with the Undertaker,
Yeah,
and he had to work with the Undertaker, and fell asleep under the ring.
nigga was slumped.
He said Finley was like took a minute to get him to wake up because Finley used to go under and grab him, right?
Yeah.
And so like he jumped up and he said he hopped in the ring and he was scared to get in the ring with Taker. He just like the whole time as he's walking over to Taker to do the spot, he's just like apologizing profusely. And so like
Man.
he said he got to the back and Taker walked through the curtain and Taker as he was still like sleeping in the back. And so Taker just walked off shaking his head. Hornswoggle, of course, like you were like Hornswoggle at the time, like only 21, 22 years old.
Right.
Uh, he said he bought Taker a bottle of Jack to make up for it, and they drank the bottle the next night. He might have passed out again after that.
I'm about to say you ain't learned shit.
He also talked about how I think this also was on the international trip. He said Finley tried to sell him at a flea market.
What?
He said Finley just walked up to a dude and offered to sell. And he also has some Tommy Dreamer stories. He said Tommy Dreamer would just do random shit just to pop the boys in the back. He said Tommy Dreamer once bladed himself with a Dorito.
What?
You heard that right.
How?
This is the same guy that drank Undertaker's dip spit on TV.
Oh my god!
I remember that.
Yeah, and this is making sense because Taker even said when it came to that story, he was like, "I didn't make Tommy do that. He insisted. He was like, hey, this will be good." So, oof.
Tommy Dreamer, you crazy, bro.
But bladed himself with a Dorito. How the fuck? I don't want to know. I don't want.
I don't want to know.
Like
I bladed myself with a Dorito, like at the roof of my mouth before. I understand Doritos are sharp, so like I can see how, but I don't know how. It didn't break. How many Doritos did you go through before you got one that was just 30 enough?
Like, listen, I've been eating Doritos since I remember having teeth. It's my favorite chip to eat. But it's like, inside your mouth, like you said, that shit will happen on accident. You chewing too fast. But I never thought about this shit going through your skin. Like, what? Bro.
How fragile is your skin?
Well,
like I know you've been blading for years, bro. So you had to have developed like some scar tissue, some of that Abdullah the Butcher, Devon Dudley, Dusty Rhodes up here.
Oof. Yeah, man, that's That's kind of wild.
Tommy a crazy boy.
Like unless he just like took a handful, like it just was jamming them into his face. Like he was doing a Sandman with those Doritos. Had to be just like smashing his forehead until something bled. Like that's the only way I could think of that happening. Oof.
Doritos they don't even got sharp corners, bro. Like you had to like break that shit.
Yeah.
They got rounded corners. You ain't supposed to blade yourself with the Doritos. That is not the craziest Tommy Dreamer story I've ever heard. Everybody know what the craziest story is. I'm not gonna say it. We all know.
Oh, wait. Yeah, I don't remember. It's crazy that all it took was that song. yeah. That tops them all for real.
Yeah.
This dude.
I just want to hear a bunch of like I want to find a shoot video and they just tell a bunch of Tommy Dreamer stories.
Oh man.
That would be interesting.
That's podcast worthy right there. I need to hear that.
Hey man, let's get into our main event segment. Survivor Series Wargames. Live from Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada. First show since 1999. We had the first match, the Women's War Game.
War Games.
And I just want to toot my own horn and say I felt completely justified in saying this should have been a traditional 5-on-5.
Yeah.
Even so much so, I've seen other people saying it. I was like, hell yeah. The babyface team with Rhea Ripley, Bianca, and all of them, they get the win. Rhea Ripley gets the pin over the the Women's World Champion?
Yeah.
The Women's World Champion. I'm trying to think of a nickname today. Sugar, how you get so fly, Liv Morgan. That's the new one.
All right.
Rhea Ripley pins Liv. Finally.
Lord. Again. Again. Nothing new, nothing changed, same old shit. Same old fucking shit.
Is it over, at least? Like,
I doubt it.
Can everybody move on? Because, like,
I doubt
it. Doing too much. A lot of women had a rough showing in this match. We've seen saw Nia Jax going back and forth with some people about her performance, which like y'all been waiting because Nia Jax has been undeniably good all year long. Y'all was just waiting for her to have a bad match. Just acting like this been the norm all year. Just crickets. Right. All the other good shit she been putting on all year long. She had one bad showing. Everybody almost had a bad showing. I think the only person who didn't was probably Rhea, Tiff, Io.
Yeah. Like I remember once they got to like midway through everybody getting in, I started seeing like, okay, so y'all having some struggle setting up some of these spots. Looking a little clunky here and there. Once they took the chair into it, I don't know what was going on there. Y'all just like got scared to swing it or something like that. But that was everybody. I don't want to hear nothing about Nia on there. Like, y'all make me sick. Like, it's just
like Bayley had a rough night. Naomi had a rough night. Like,
yeah,
shit happens. That's not indicative of their talent or skill overall in general. But when it comes to somebody like Nia Jax, y'all love hating on Nia Jax for whatever reason. Ain't been able to hate her all year.
Right.
It is what it is. But not like I said, this should have been a regular 5-on-5. It might still not have been good, but it didn't need a war game.
Y'all just gave Io an excuse to put that trash can on and do that spot. Which
at least I would have moonsault this time.
Yeah. Like I just need something different, some creativity to it. But if I would have time stamped it, I probably would have been off by maybe 3 minutes. The main thing about this for me, and I honestly, as they were doing entrances, I thought of it. I was like, yo, we haven't seen a Money in the Bank cash-in War Games successfully yet. So I saw Tiff come out, and I'm like, she don't got the briefcase. I'm like, damn, so we ain't going to do it. But what if it's under the ring? And sure enough, she went up under there, got a trash can, and it was sitting. I don't know why we don't just pull the trigger. I don't know why.
You know, we're waiting on her.
But I'm gonna tell you what's gonna need to happen. And this I promise y'all, it's the last bit of free game I'm gonna give y'all. It's almost January. We know what's coming. I need Nia Jax to pull a Brock Lesnar. You get in that, jump into that women's rumble, and you say, I'm gonna start at number 1, and I'm gonna run all of y'all out of here so nobody get a title shot. And then somewhere around, I'm gonna say somewhere in the 20s, you have Tiff come out, business as usual. And then when she slides underneath the ring, pull that briefcase out. When somebody gets the upper hand on Nia, you run up in there, you cash in your Money in the Bank, you beat Nia Jax in the middle of the Rumble, take that championship, keep it pushing. It could be, and the Women's Rumble could close out the night. Somebody can still win the Rumble. You could just, in the middle of the Rumble, you can beat Nia for a championship, and the Rumble's going to keep going. Like, whoever going to win it. Maybe Nia turns around and wins it. Like, hey, I'm getting my shit back. You know what I'm saying? Or even if she doesn't, it don't have to be turned into a long title reign. You know what I'm saying? She could lose it in the chamber. Or she could take it into Mania. Her and I could finally have their match. I'm just saying, we got options. And the whole point of Money in the Bank is that we want to advance somebody's story. And we want to tell a story with this thing. And I love the fact that we've held it this long, but now we need a creative finish. It should have happened last night, but it's okay. I'll be patient. But January is coming very quick. So I need to see that for real. Do a cash in and rumble. It's the last bit of free game y'all getting out of me. After that, if you're not cutting checks to Young Kings Wrestling, I don't got nothing for you.
I might still throw a couple out there here and there, though. Every now and again. Next up, for the United States Championship, LA Knight versus Shinsuke Nakamura. They didn't announce this till like Tuesday, maybe Monday. But Shinsuke Nakamura becomes a 3-time U.S. champion, and LA Knight, he got his ass cooked.
He got his ass cooked. He got cooked.
Adrian, you didn't go down like that, huh?
He got cooked.
Did. Like, he got cooked on Fridays. But
this reminded me so much of when Connor beat Jose Aldo. Like, it was that mental psyching out that he was doing for months, just terrorizing this nigga in press conferences and all that. And then they got in the cage and he just slumped this dude. That's what Shinsuke did. Like, it was a solid match, but like Shinsuke already had him mentally shot before he even got up there. Like pulling up and knocking him down in his match like 2 weeks ago. The poison mist on Friday. Now you come out here, you know what I'm saying? Had a dope match, but he was cooking you from the jump, and it just finished it out, taking your title, like walking your trap, take over your trap.
I'm surprised they put him over so soon because like he just came back, and I seen people was mad because Carmelo Hayes and Andrade been holding it down, and they don't get the belt, but Shinsuke come in, and I get it, but like this version of Shinsuke, different. Yeah,
that's why I like that they put him over, because that tells me we ain't playing around with whatever this is, and that's great.
Good. Hey, that music he had on SmackDown though, give it back. That shit was flat. Like
Yeah.
the one yesterday it was cool, but it just the one on Friday was cold, and y'all teased me, and now I just gotta go back and watch that segment again to hear that music again. That shit was hard.
Yeah,
Anyway,
man. Like
it was cool though.
we was cutting up on this. I like it.
Shout out to Shinsuke. We get an
Facts.
ad for True Classic, the True Classic T-shirt. In my notes, I have Otis swings his heavy machinery around backstage.
That makes sense.
That's what happened.
It worked. It fits.
Next up for the Intercontinental Championship, we have Braun Breaker putting his title on the line and successfully retaining against Sheamus and Ludwig Kaiser. Still no Grand Slam Sheamus, not yet, but Las Vegas is right around. That's where WrestleMania is going. You might have heard. We only haven't talked about it at all in the show, never. Nobody heard about it. But anyway, this I think this is Braun Breaker's best match on the roster.
Easily.
You put a Steiner in a triple threat match. Come on. He had a 33rd% chance of winning.
You know how it goes.
Hey, listen. You know how we bring up folks and we be like 2002 Brock Lesnar. Like,
right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we gonna be saying and talking about 2024 Braun Breaker in 10 years. Like, we gonna just whatever social media platform is around in 10 years, if we're still alive in 10 years, because global warming. I see how it look in Buffalo right now. That shit's crazy. So, like, listen, if global warming don't take us out, in 10 years from now, we're gonna be posting highlights of 2024 Braun Breaker and be like, yo, this dude was a dog.
Mm-hmm.
And then he gonna have few different world championships under his belt by that time.
Oh, ain't no question. Ain't no question. Oh, this was this is match of the night.
Oh yeah.
Like they was cooking. Like what's his name now? Ludwig. Yeah, Ludwig. I was thinking of Eichner. But yeah. Yeah, no, he was looking solid in this shit. Like, I know what Sheamus is gonna do, and like Braun is just elevating every match he gets. Like every big show he's on, he's just elevating more. So I expected that. But Ludwig came up there and said, "Nah, I'm not about to be no third wheel in this shit. Y'all gonna have to see me too." So like, it's one of those triple threats where it's like that combination of those three in the moment just create something nice. So they just get in the kitchen, they start cooking. Like this was fire. Like, you see Sheamus afterwards is looking beat to shit. Like every time that happens, that means
what I gotta do.
Like, that's when he put on one of them classics. Like when he looked like the lobster that he put on for the city for real.
Hey, you think in Sheamus music they call him Lobster Head? That's what I always heard. I'm
probably
like 90% sure that's not the actual lyric, but in my head, he got a lobster head. So like, they also don't say too many lines in the song either, but that's what I hear.
Hey, look, that's all I've been going off of, so I'm sticking with it at this point.
Thanks. Shout out to Sheamus. I think he gonna get it eventually. Like that's gonna be the whole story. He gonna I'm gonna retire, fella, if I don't win the Intercontinental Championship. They gonna run one of them type of programs. I can guarantee. On my Denzel, I guarantee.
I stand by it. It's a brand name.
Denzel make a guarantee in every movie.
that's definitely a fact. Oh man.
Next match, we got Gunther versus Big DP, Damian Priest, for the World Heavyweight Championship. And I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. I don't have nothing really to say. This is background noise. I think when you know the direction that the match is going to go, kind of tune out a little bit. It was still a good
Yeah.
match. My issue with this is, and I get for the story purposes, right? Finn Balor cost Damian Priest the championship again.
Lord. Again. A fucking again. Nothing new, nothing changed, same old shit. Same old fucking shit.
And I get it, because now we rolling with the fact that Gunther can't beat Damian Priest without Finn Balor's help. And even Gunther realized that, like, nah, you got me fucked up, and laid Finn's ass out.
Oh
But
man.
yeah, I wasn't really into it just because I knew Gunther wasn't losing. I didn't really care about it in the first place, especially if you just gonna keep running the Finn Balor Damian Priest feud. I thought that was over.
Yeah.
Apparently, it is.
Yeah, we was just talking about things that we need to wrap up. Talking about Liv and Rhea. It's the same thing, because I mean, if you want how to sell 101, sure, this was great for that, because all I can remember him doing is selling that arm. But that's about it. Like, we seen them, they had a good match at SummerSlam, so it's like, unless you were topping that, which I don't really think they did, then there wasn't much to see here. And it literally is almost a shot for shot of SummerSlam, because again, you had Finn come out here and influence the outcome. I don't need any more Damian Priest and Finn Balor. I really don't. This was a chance to say, hey, and we've already seen it, but Priest can stand on his own. The program is behind him. He can move forward, and he can be one of these guys in the rotation that we have as main event players. But instead, we're dragging him back into this shit, and it's not necessary at all. It's really not. What caught me about that whole thing at the end, especially like with Gunther going there and jumping Finn, is like, are they getting ready to turn him face? Like, because I listened to the post show, and I've been paying attention to like a lot of the shit he's been saying. He's talking about Ludwig and all that. He's like, no, I'm proud of him for taking his shot and stepping out of my shadow and stuff like that. And he had issue with what Finn was doing. Like, I'm not saying it's happening, but like, kind of low key seems like you planting some seeds for a potential turn. I don't know if I'm ready for that. I don't think I've ever seen Gunther / Walter as a face. I don't know what that looks like, but I don't know. I don't know if I'm ready for that, honestly.
It'd be interesting. I said it. I think he can
Now,
pull it off. Like, all he got to do is go out there and just perform.
yeah, and my thing is, I feel like I mean, they have Judgment Day is really to halt where the heels are at this point. Like, it's in the factions, like Judgment Day, Final Testament, Miz, like that's where your heels are at. Like the real like singles heels, it's really just Gunther at this point. Oh, now if that were to change and Gunther is switching, I've said this on numerous occasions, and we talking about the celebration tomorrow night. The only way I'd be comfortable is if we go elevate a new heel into that position. And I said, I don't want to see it happen, although I feel like it's out of our hands right now and it's inevitable. But if we're going down this road and we about to do what I think we about to do, God damn it, you got to do that 110 miles an hour. I need it on the freeway.
Hey.
Like, just put it on, let it play, and just let him rock out with it. Because I know
Gonna
the
have
range is going to be there.
gonna have two King of the Rings going against each other. Is what we saying?
Yeah, like I guarantee you he got something that he's already got cooked up for this.
Mm-hmm.
I know it. Like this dude is like too much of a video game / anime fan to not know what a damn good villain is like on TV. There's no way.
Oh yeah,
he don't
absolutely.
got it.
Yeah, I know he got some heat. He got too much time on his hands though.
Yeah.
No,
That's what I'm saying,
like
man.
when he be backstage, he got way too much time on his hands. You see what he posted yesterday?
What?
He posted like the intro they did, like the football style intros with the bloodline, and
Oh
then he
yeah,
like
yeah.
spiked some Key and Peele in the middle.
Oh,
It was like, bro, be bored backstage.
terrible.
Shout out to Xavier Woods, man. And then our main event, we had the men's war games, the OG Bloodline and CM Punk defeating Bloodline 2, Electric Boogaloo, Roman Reigns, pinned Solo Sikoa, and they beat the shit out of Solo.
Ooh, they cooked that boy.
They beat the shit out of that boy.
Ooh.
Got some interesting stuff coming from this match. Like, really interesting. CM Punk and Roman. There's a little tension there. But
Big tension.
everything was copacetic at the end of it. But Paul Heyman owed CM Punk a favor. And I just don't know what that favor is. I have no idea what it could be. Which is good. Keeps the intrigue high. I don't know.
Like, low key, I kind of don't want to know.
Yeah, I don't want to know either until it happens.
Because it's like, I feel like we know too much of everything at this point. Like, keep something sacred. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm fine with speculating a little bit. Because at the end of the day, it's like, you play it right. Put in those minds together, Paul Heyman, CM Punk, and I know there's gonna be something solid. So that's why it's like, I'm good. You can keep that shit a secret all you want to. It's interesting because it's not like they have nothing right now. Like, we're not talking about the champion Roman. We're talking about Roman just trying to get established as the tribal chief again. Like, so I don't know what we could be angling for at this point, but again, that's the whole point of, like, we can sit back and just wait on it.
Yeah, that's interesting. CM Punk don't put his ones up when he with the bloodline. Just do the go to sleep thing. I'll fuck with that. That's dope.
Yeah.
Cause like CM Punk said, yo, I ain't about to come in here dick riding like some of these other wrestlers out here
Exactly.
throwing up ones. And I ain't really gang like some of these wrestlers out here. Not really gang, but they throwing up.
That's a fact, bro.
You can guess who I'm talking about. It's really only two people that applies
to. Yeah, no, like I will say, I'm not gonna cook him on this day because he helped the original tribal chief get his lick back. So he gets a 24-hour pass from me because he was on the right side of history. But that's as far as I'm going.
That 24-hour pass is up in about 30 minutes too.
Yeah, right. Like, it's going to expire, but I grant you a little bit of mercy, because he was on the right side.
I gave him some leeway last night too. I wasn't on his neck that much.
Yeah, like
CM Punk has never seen Sammy's match versus Johnny Knoxville. He didn't even know what happened.
Damn.
Like, I don't know who brought it up during the press conference, but like somebody mentioned Wee Man, and then Punk just like looked up, like, what the fuck? Like, Wee Man was here?
Yo.
And then like Jay Uso was just like, yeah, bro. feel like Sami Zayn looked over at him, nodded like, "Yeah,
And he was committed to the hating for real.
he was."
I understand.
Like, that nigga checked out. He checked out.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you right now, when they do, anytime they do a presser after the show, if it don't got Jay and CM Punk, I don't want to be there. I ain't gonna.
Oh yeah.
Like, you asked Sammy a question, and Sammy, I don't know, he was just going off around the world trying to answer this question, and these motherfuckers off to the side, motioning like yo, look, I'm trying to get some. Jay doing all these signs and shit. Like, hey, what's up? They gonna bring this box over, and Punk opened it like it's a Christmas present. He opened it up. It's like 2 little macaroons in there. He like, is this? Right. Jay stopped the whole thing dead. It was like, man, look at this. Let's try to get some desserts over there. Osama brought this out to us. Like, what's up, bruh? Jay in those post press conferences, man. Like, this nigga is something else.
That's his way. Listen, I need CM Punk eating pastries at every press conference.
Oh hell yeah!
From now on,
it's like
that's his gimmick at this.
Yeah, right, like he was playing into it, and it's working because, like, I don't know if he just happened to be like hungry as shit, and that was All Out when it first happened. Like, I don't know if he just happened to like had the munchies, like, yo, let me grab me a muffin or whatever. But
we know what that was. Then, you know, it's the same thing as we take that pre-workout before we go to the gym. Like, he had to make sure he was fueled before he whooped the nigga ass. That's all that was.
Oh man, yeah, but it's like ever since then, like we know if he's showing up, you gotta have something on deck to feed my guy, because it's just part of the wave. Putting him out there with Jay was like a recipe for laughs everywhere, man.
Hey, can I talk about that press conference CM Punk did All Out real quick?
Yeah.
This nigga was going in on the muffins, bro.
He was. It's like, goddamn.
Like, this dude literally just came from the ring, bloody. I know he ain't washed his hands. This nigga was smashing the muffins, though. Licking his fingers, all that.
I'll tell you, like, I had that image of him just like getting them shit. Like, all while he ranted about these niggas and how immature they are backstage. Like, bro.
That's how you know he was pissed off. Because, like, I don't think he realized he ate that many muffins. He ate about 4 of them bitches.
He did. Oh, man.
He was just going off. Like, shout out to that bakery, man. I know they got a lot of business that day.
Oh, they definitely did. This motherfucker was rage eating. That's the thing.
Hey,
that's the thing. It
is.
You can be pissed off and then start devouring shit.
You don't even realize it's a true thing.
I'm telling you, you don't feel it until way later.
You can be like, man, I just ate all that. Niggas is true. Shout out to CM Punk. I was wrong. I was wrong for them years.
Oh,
it was only a year. I was wrong. From when he came back and he was just on that bullshit still. And I was like, bro, that was my thing. It was just like, get over it. But now he over it. So we all good.
Well, it's like I've been saying it. You know, there's something about structure and standards and practices that make a professional want to be professional. Like, you know, at the end of the day, you know, he's talked about it too. Like, you're not going to be the same person after 10 years. Like, there was a lot of things that were wrong in the situation. It was the shit that y'all were doing. It was shit that I was doing. We both needed that time apart. And then, of course, you had to go somewhere where it's like, oh, well, it's not there. I'm going to go over here and I'm going to just do me. But then it finds out everybody in here are children with no supervision, and they don't know how to properly run a company professionally. And it's like, okay, if I'm going to be back in the game, let me go to where I know it's a tightly run ship, or at least a properly run ship. So it works out.
To quote a well-known thespian, sometimes the grass ain't greener; it's just fake.
that
Let's
is a
plug
fact.
ourselves in to get up out of here.
Oh yeah, y'all can find me at Recapper24, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. And of course, y'all can find the Havoc Hour where we talk sports and entertainment on all streaming platforms. Anchor, Spotify, Google Podcasts. The video version is up on YouTube. All the content is out now.
And I am the thespian TC Fontaine. And the quote, the great Ice Cube. I got something to say.
I'm packing the air, this gas or what?
These peasants, few peasants.
We didn't touch base on it earlier on the episode. But the biggest thing to come out, to come out of the wrestling news this past week. Did you watch Ricky Stark on Chris Van Fleet?
Not yet. I said I was going to. I'm gonna probably watch it tonight though.
One, Ricky Starks did an Arn Anderson impersonation. Funny as fuck. But that's neither here nor there. Ricky Starks is a funny guy. I enjoyed listening to the interview. He talked about how he was at the Royal Rumble and they had the footage of him on Cody Buzz.
Yeah.
And he said somebody at AEW pulled him to the side, talked about how, oh man, that's a bad look. And it's like, what was a bad look? And you can kind of guess who he was talking about. A tag team wrestler. You know,
boy.
But he's not the reason that I'm giving this. Because after this interview had came out, and then I guess like Effie from Effie said something a few weeks ago about Tony Khan and AEW. AEW ended up pulling Ricky Starks from his appearances at GCW that were scheduled this month and next month at the Hammerstein Ballroom. Now, AEW didn't come out outright and say they pulled Ricky Starks, but we can speculate on the timing of some things.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who getting Peasant of the Week here, but somebody getting Peasant of the Week.
Ass here, boy.
Bring that ass here. Because I don't know who should really get Tony Khan, AEW. I just think it's kind of bogus that somebody's feelings getting hurt, and now we taking money out of people's pockets, and you're not even using them on TV. Ricky Starks has said that he's been healthy. Said this in the Chris Van Fleet interview that he's been healthy since March. And he ain't been on TV since March. He said he had a slight stinger last time he was in the ring, but he was cool other than that. I remember back then they were talking about he had like a possible neck injury or something back then. But no, he said he's been cool. From
Since
the horses.
March?
Since March. In December.
That's disgusting. Listen.
He's not being used, so he said, yo, I want to wrestle. I'm going to go wrestle. Oh, no, we're going to pull him from these shows. Because one of the guys in the company said something. And then, like, Joey Janela comes out and says, like, they haven't been giving us, like, outside of, like, Moxley and a couple guys here and there, they haven't been giving us guys for a couple years now. Where, like, Moxley got the Terry thing going on. He kind of do wherever fuck he
we know that.
So, like, I get it. But, like, Danhausen was there a couple months ago. Where the fuck Danhausen been at on AEW? That's another guy. So, like, I don't get it. They say Ricky Starks can take other dates with other companies. So, is the beef with GCW because Effie said something and got you all pissed off? And that's crazy. But like I said, I don't know who to give this peasant to because I kind of want to give it to hashtag you niggas. How y'all would react? Like, let Vince had did this to somebody a couple years ago, it would have been free whoever, free Ricky Starks hashtags all over the place. And there are some because there's some people that are keeping that energy up. Proud of y'all.
Mm-hmm.
But like the main culprits, the usual suspects, not keeping that energy up. Do you watch Cobra Kai?
Nah, I know the show. I never seen it though.
There's an actor on Cobra Kai who was one of them niggas. Actually, he's a big AEW guy. He be on Twitter talking about AEW. Famous, I'm assuming rich actor. And he want to do. And he went on Twitter. And he was just like seeing all the shit going at Tony Khan because like, why are you doing this? Like, you were the main person talking about workers' rights. How you're gonna do stuff different than what WWE is doing, but they doing the same. Freezing contract, extending contract, the same shit.
Listen,
this dude goes on Twitter and says, "You know what Tony Khan doesn't do? He doesn't humiliate his talent like Vince McMahon did. Vince McMahon has been gone for 2.5 years as the CEO of the company. At most, Vince McMahon owns shares of TKO Group. You know who else owns shares of TKO Group? Me. Me and Vince got the same amount of power as shareholders. Like, effectively zero. We can't keep bringing up Vince McMahon as a gotcha to have accountability avoided on Tony Khan. We just gotta stop it.
I
would give fucked up shit. Vince did fucked up shit. So we giving it to Tony?
I would give it. Look, fish rots from the head on down. At the end of the day, if you have created I said it before. I'm gonna say it again. You are the person in charge. The buck stops with you. I don't care what dickheads you got working in the company. You're the person that your family signs the checks. I'm not saying he signs it, but your family signs the check. At the end of the day, you are the president. You are the person in charge. So if this is the type of culture you have inside your company, then it's on you. I expect them to be them. I remember DMX said, expect a snake to bite you or whatever. Expect a snake to be the snake. Some shit like that. I expect them to be like that. I expect y'all to show your asses on Twitter. But you, sir, signed up to take a position and say, hey, I run this show. And when that's the case, you got to address stuff. You don't address things and they blow up and they become problems like this. Punk said it when he talked to Ariel Helwani back in Mania Week. He said numerous times, you need to check that because if I got to, you're not going to like it. And he goes and checks it and it turns ugly because you didn't address it in the first place. It's definitely something. Like, bro, you're gonna take money out of a man's pocket, someone who is one of the brightest young talents that you've had in the company since day one. And you said, I'm gonna take money out of his pocket because I feel some type of way about somebody else saying something. Or somebody came to me about you pulling up to see your friend perform and win a big match. Because that's such a crime. That's such a problem. Because pro wrestlers can't have friends in other companies and support each other. No, I'm sorry.
Actually, CVV had asked him, it was like, did you get like any heat for being at WrestleMania? Because like for the Rumble, he was just in Cody's bus, but at WrestleMania, he was in the suite. Right. He was just like, nah, and I better not have because Dustin was in the suite. QT Marshall was in the suite. Aaron Solo was in the suite. Like all these other people that's cool with Cody was in the suite.
Hey, listen. Despite what I just said, if Officer QT Marshall was in there, I say your ass can go over there. You want to be over there because I want to cut that extension anyway. So you can go take your bowler shirts over there if that's what you want to do. That's the only bit of petty I would have.
Listen. No, he can't take him over here. I better not see QT Marshall on Raw.
Hey,
I
hey,
loaded
let
my
him.
Netflix and QT Marshall on there. Boy, I'm canceling.
Hey, listen. Nope, no get, no bullshit. And I know Matt, you still listening because we bug socials and we still here. If
Yeah, you
you
got the
put
timer running.
QT Marshall, if you put QT Marshall in one of those shirts in with Tony D and the family, I will become a fan tomorrow. I promise you that.
What?
Put him in one of those shirts and stick him in with Tony D'Angelo and the family. I will become a fan tomorrow. That is my word.
So
I'm
just
telling
have
you
him be
right
Tony
now.
Soprano.
Hey, listen. They make movies over there.
That's true.
I understand the game now. I'll be with it. I'll be with it.
Hey, D'Angelo family, they need a big pussy. They don't got no
There
big
you go.
pussy.
There you go.
We need what was Tony other homeboy name with the gray hair was? I wasn't a regular watcher of The Sopranos. It's Google.
I know his face. I don't know his name right now.
Yeah, I know his face. It's like second homeboy.
Yeah.
Paulie. It was Paulie. Yeah.
There we go. Yeah.
Shout out to Paulie.
Yeah, he needs that.
Every mob like got a nigga named Paulie in it and a nigga named Tony. Like
Yeah.
default. Them the mob names. All right, I'm gonna plug my social. I'm the thespian TC Fontaine, aka TCF baby. Make sure you say the baby. Please say the baby.
Yes,
Gotta
sir.
say it. Follow me on Instagram, tc.fontaine, Twitter at tcfontaine. Go to foyflix.com. Go check out some of my photographs. If you're in Las Vegas, book me because it's a holiday season. Gotta get them presents.
Yes, sir.
I just paid $200 for a battery from the car the other day.
Jeez.
I gotta recoup some of that. Yeah.
Hey, I gotta
On
get one
top
of
of the
Christmas
Ubers I had
movies.
to go to get to work, I had a short work week, so I figured like y'all just pay Uber for a couple days, so I get this situation figured out. Damn Ubers, I paid $50 for 2 days.
Damn.
That's how
Man,
it's out here.
that's rough, man.
5 years ago, them Ubers would have cost me about $20. So
Right.
that's
Inflation,
that
man.
bullshit.
Inflation, a son bitch.
It's just gonna be worth a couple months. Gotta get our
For
Mania
sure.
tickets. What's the
Oh,
Mania tickets? We not doing nothing fun for the next 2 years.
I'm telling you. Oh my goodness.
Mania is once in a lifetime. All right, man. Make sure you get
Facts.
some of that merch, ykwrestling.com. Make sure you use that code CYBER at 20% off. Use the code PALACE for free shipping. Whichever one you want to use. You can't use both. They don't let you. Ain't no stacking over here.
Facts.
So we're going to stack up these episode numbers. We got another one coming next week. Young Kings Wrestling Awards coming soon, man. Be on the lookout for that. And we
Hey.
out of here. Gone.
Gone.